The title of the press is "The Attempt by Reuters to Destabilize Nigeria Through Malicious and Unfounded News Reportage." 1. The Coalition on Conflict Resolution and Human Rights in Nigeria, a body committed to the entrenchment of conflict resolutions and human rights activities in Nigeria, frowns at the dangerous attitude of French newswire Reuters in projecting the activities of Boko Haram terrorists in the northeastern Nigeria. It has come to our notice of the deliberate attempt by French newswire Reuters to destabilize Nigeria through false, malicious, unsubstantiated, and fabricated pieces of news concerning the effort of the Nigerian military in engaging Boko Haram terrorists in the northeast. The Reuters resolute on reporting Nigeria into failure by propping up Boko Haram as a parallel state leaves more to be imagined, despite the overwhelming evidence that Boko Haram is a global terrorist organization. It is instructive to state that Reuters, through their actions, further enforces the French connection in the substance of the Boko Haram conflict through its former colonies in Africa, that is to say, Niger, Chad, and Mali, and to see that efforts of the Nigerian military are discredited using all means possible. While the Coalition on Conflict Resolution and Human Rights in Nigeria frowns at such unprofessional display by a supposedly objective news medium such as Reuters, it also suffices to state that there is a bigger script the Reuters is acting out. The Reuters can publish fiction as fact when comments on troops' capability will be animator to it when discussing the US or UK military. A logical explanation for such irresponsible conduct is that Reuters places itself as that news platform that is committed to advancing the cause of the imperial empire it serves using any means possible, hook or crook. The Coalition of Conflict Resolution in Nigeria is aware that Nigeria's Defense Minister, Mansur Dan Ali, been stable for the past 3 years, and this much can be easily verified. But again, Reuters choose to play the devil's advocate by painting a picture of gloom and doom, of deserting troops and thousands killed, yet the country still has a standing military. How curious. The case of Gudumbali is an example of the mischief that Reuters has continued to perpetuate with fanfare. While it stated that Gudumbali is under the firm control of Boko Haram terrorists, the same Gudumbali is where the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai, visited some days ago to boost the morale of the troops stationed there. One then wonders if it is possible or a strange coincidence or a figment of the imagination of Reuters. Such rash and unfounded reportage implies that there is a tendency for members of the unsuspecting public to believe their storyline, even though entirely false, to the detriment of Nigeria. Consequently, as an organization at the forefront of conflict resolutions and human rights in Nigeria, we demand that Reuters discontinue its destabilization plot against Nigeria. We also wishes to invite Reuters on a tour of the northeast Nigeria with its reporters, photojournalists, and editors so they can have a better insight into the great sacrifice the Nigerian army has put into to ensure that there is peace returns, and by extension, the modest achievement of the Nigerian army under the leadership of Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai in keeping Boko Haram terrorists in check. We also want to place on record that the activities of Reuters in Nigeria through unsubstantiated news reportage has the potential to cause more harm than good, especially as the Nigerian army clears the remnants of Boko Haram terrorists in the northeast. At this point, we wish to salute the courage of officers and men of the Nigerian army that have sacrificed a lot confronting Boko Haram terrorists and also liberating towns and villages once under control of Boko Haram terrorists. The Chief of Army Staff, like the case of Damasak, where they reported, if you read their report, is contrary to what the Chief of Army Staff have done, because if you read their report about Damasak, it goes to show the false fabrication of their stories, because on that fateful day that they made that report, even the Chief of Army Staff was there. So it's not only Gudembale alone, but Damasak is part of it, although we didn't capture it in our report. But as we said, we are going to unravel a lot of reports concerning most of their activities.